Hello viewers, we meet once again on yet another episode of Crime Watch, where we interact with you focusing on crime matters such as convictions, major arrests, as well as police initiatives that are meant to improve our relationship with you Zimbabwean citizens, so that together we can create societies that are crime-free. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. Like all times, it is an honor and indeed a pleasure to join you from wherever you are across this beautiful nation. We begin this week's episode by applauding members of the public who are making frantic efforts in working with the police to bring criminals to book. Resultant of their efforts, a number of people have been arraigned and convicted before the courts of law. From the 21st of June to the 4th of July 2019, 32 people were convicted and given sentences ranging from 5 years to life imprisonment for various crimes ranging from murder, rape, armed robbery and stock theft, among other crimes of concern. In one of the cases which occurred in Chimanimani, Victor Dinga, aged 23, has been convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment for murder. Victor Dinga struck the now deceased with a machete several times before chopping his head and taking his private parts, heart, as well as eyes for ritual purposes. In Chatsworth's Masvingo, Ruben Mutobvu, aged 34, has been sentenced to 20 years imprisonment after he raped a 5-year juvenile who had been sent to buy vegetables at his homestead. In Bulawayo, Clive Charles, aged 33, and Nhlanhla Hobane, aged 26, have each been sentenced to 8 years imprisonment for carjacking. In recent arrests, 2 people have been arrested for unlawful entry and theft, as well as theft from car cases which they committed in and around Bulawayo by ZRP Western Commonage. Property worth $10,000 was recovered in the process.
We have arrested 2 accused persons in connection with various cases which include unlawful entry and theft of a cycle, and theft of car parts, specifically batteries, which occurred in Bulawayo Central. The PI details were shown. The place of residence of the suspect managed to recover the batteries, some blankets, and a TV, which were alleged to be stolen through unlawful entry and theft at Famona area. They also received information that the same people had stolen some cycles, and one of them was sold at Magwegwe area. The police details managed to go to Magwegwe and they recovered the cycle. They continued looking for the accused person for a number of days until they received information that he was seen at Makokova, where they went and waylaid him. The accused person then implicated a co-accused, Canisius Mhlanga, who we arrested at Zinda area, and a third accused person is still at large. The accused person was taken to Western Commonage Court, where we are requesting him to be remanded for further investigations. We encourage members of the public to make sure that they lock their doors at night, switch off lights when they are sleeping. They must strive by all means to put burglar bars on the doors of their houses and on the windows to avoid easy access by criminals into their premises. We will continue to work with members of the public and would like to campaign to members of the public to come up with information on any criminal activities which is occurring in their area, so that the police can act swiftly and we can arrest the accused persons.
In a bid to bring an end to crimes related to drugs and substance trafficking and abuse, Criminal Investigations Department, Drugs and Narcotics Southern Region has embarked on an Operation Malaicha Utweleni, targeting those who bring goods from South Africa to Zimbabwe.
During the course of the operation, there was the arrest of an accused person who was found in possession of some loose data. And upon arrest, we knew that whenever he came to have this, there was a particular source where he got it. And we thoroughly interviewed the accused person, who later led us to Nkulumani, where we arrested 2 accused persons who were found in possession of data, which was weighed 2.5 kgs. We also received information to the effect that there was a shop which was selling unregistered medicines, these cafimos, and they are not even allowed to be sold to members of the public. here in Zimbabwe, since they are not registered. We also managed to recover 100 by 100 mils Bronclair coffee syrup, which is also an unregistered medicine in Zimbabwe because of the amount of codeine it contains. We would like to urge members of the public to assist and bring as much information as they can. The drug peddlers should find no market in our greater Bulawayo, and we urge members of the public to assist with whatever form of information they have.
In Manicaland province, ZRP Murambinda, which had been hit by a series of unlawful entry and theft cases, have made a breakthrough into the cases.
We police an area of about 1,404 square kilometers. My area receives a plethora of unlawful entry and theft cases, such that I used to receive about 27 or 35 cases of unlawful entry per month, but currently, especially this month, I've just received 13 of them, which means that there's a marked improvement in crime management. This has been caused by deploying according to crime trend and deploying Psycho Unity, which has recently come up with very marketable results, such that in one night they managed to arrest 3 unlawful entry and theft cases accused person, and they managed to recover a firearm in the CBD.
Following foot and psycho patrol deployments, the criminals are being nabbed.
Takanga tiri Growth Point zviri night patrol. Takapinda mabhengere caps rinowanika Growth Point Mamurambinda. Patakasvika ipapo takaona paine vafana 2 vakanga vairagidza kuti vakanga vaine mabhega vakanga vakabata mumaoko mavo. Rimwe racho rairatidza kuti ibhegi nyowani relaptop. Ndo patakabva tatora umwe wacho nobva ati no chokwadi maofisa regentora chokwadi chiripo nchokuti zvinhu zvakaita setakazviba kunzvimbo yakanga vazvibira kwaGaza tinoona complaining ndobva atoti ndakashaya laptop yangu nyowani type Samsung nebhegi racho nyowani nemafoni angu matatu zvinova ndizvo zvinhu zvatakanga tarikava panguva iyo.
In a separate incident, the patrol team also recovered a pistol which is suspected to have been used in some of the robbery cases.
Takanga tiri patrol muGrowth Point chitenderera chita ma-stop and searches, preventive patrol nekusunga ma-offenders nekusearcha ma-wanted persons. Tiri mukati mebasa iroro takaintercepta accused person anonzi Tinashe Patrick Moyo. Tatava tatanga kumusearcha, tida kumusearcha papa ainzvenga achivharavhara achiratidza kuti munhu asingadi kusechwa. Sheti yake yakabva yasumuka ndobva pabuda chihudheni chepfuti chibhati yanga iri pfuti yakati kure kudarika pistol nekaliba yepistol asi yakati kure muchana isina kana serial number isina marounds mukati mayo saka tabva tamusunga tamisa handcuffs saka punya yakabva yazorisiwa kuCID for further investigation.
We also spoke to some of the victims who were happy to recover their property.
Zvakanzi kune mbavha yabatwa yakaba zvinhu zvakawanda stereki vanhu vakambobirwa mese uyai mutarise zvinhu zvedu ndobva tatorana nababa navachigwedere ndobva taenda kukembe. Takanoshamiswa nekuti zvinhu zvatakabirwa 2009 takanozviwana takanowana kuine jerikeni redu ratakanga tabirwa 2009 tikariwana riri ipapo nefoshoro yedu takaiwanazve iri ipapo pane zvinhu zvakabirwa. Saka ini ndokurudziro vamwe vangu vandinogarawo navo muno Mamurambinda kuti it's very important kuti kana vanhu mabirwa muende kupolisi muchinoripota nekuti kana zvinhu zvikange zvazorikavhwa munokwanisa kuzowana zvinhu zvenyu. Ini ndakabetsereka zvikuru nekuti ndakawanirwa zvinhu zvangu plus takafara zvikuru seGrowth Point nekuti mbavha iyi yanga yatishungurudza yakabatwa.
Owing to an increase in the number of cases involving theft of motor vehicle in Bulawayo, the Criminal Investigations Department in the City of Kings has held a meeting with stakeholders to eradicate this crime.
After having recognized that one of the crimes of concern, which is theft of motor vehicle cases, was on the rise, I then decided to hold a meeting. It was an engagement meeting with the stakeholders to map the way forward on how best to prevent the crimes. The meeting was there to trade ideas and blend with the ones which we already have to come up with 3 strategies to detect the crime. Despite crime being a thorn in the flesh, we've made achievements as CID Bulawayo. Recently, CID Bulawayo, theft from car section, arrested one Edgar Mandevu for theft from motor vehicle. He stole a laptop, and through a tip-off, he was arrested, taken to court and convicted for 18 months. To the public, never, never, never leave your car with windows open or unlocked. When you're using central locking system, ensure that your car is locked, because at times these criminals, they jam the system. Physically check that your car has been locked. Over and above all, I am seeking the members of the public to blow the whistle if ever they see a crime being committed.
Various stakeholders also spoke on theft from car cases and how they can assist in this regard.
What I can actually say to the public, especially maybe lady drivers, I think they should be they must be very careful. They mustn't put anything, any valuable thing in the car, because no matter how secure a car can be, the thieves are really out there. They can do anything just to get your valuables.
So as business people, we want to work also with the police so that we combat this TFC. So continually work with them and continually attend their meetings, share strategies, share notes, share problems, so that we reduce the cases of theft from motor vehicles. Because in a way, we are also losing customers and also losing business.
Theft from car offences have been occurring in central business districts of most cities and towns. And as the police, we encourage you, members of the public, to always take precautionary measures whenever you park your vehicles. Moving on, following the launch of interaction centers by Bulawayo Province, the Zimbabwe Republic Police Harare Province has borrowed this initiative, which is poised to enhance police public engagement in the fight against crime. The pilot public interaction center was held at Machipisa Shopping Center recently. The idea of the interaction centers is being spearheaded by the officer commanding Zimbabwe Republic Police Harare Province, Commissioner Bernard Dumbura, and will be done in all police districts in Harare. They are aimed at remarketing all communication tools available for use by members of the public. Improve police-public relations through one-on-one interaction between police commanders and members of the public. And to make members of the public become partners in improving crime detection, investigation, and prevention.
We are at Machipisa Shopping Center, where we are meeting members of the public from various sectors, where the commander has seen it noble for them to come and interact with the members of the public, hearing their concerns and their suggestions. We are going to roll this idea throughout Harare, in all the policing districts that is in Harare, and we encourage members of the public to come in numbers with their concerns and suggestions. This will help us in our operational duties so as to tailor-make solutions to their problems according to their areas. So I encourage members of the public to come in their numbers wherever they hear that the police are having their interaction centers.
We also talked to members of the public who graced this occasion, and this is what they said.
I think this program is very good. It is going to enhance people's trust for the Zimbabwe Republic Police once again, because the people have lost hope in you and trust as well. Some of the cases people were reporting were not taken into consideration as reporters were expecting. But I think this will help people to reboost their trust again, so that each time people face any challenge, they will freely come to you.
Chemo chandanga ndichitaura ndechenyaya yemutemo munyika yeZimbabwe, kuti mutemo wanenge mutemo ausisina kusimba sekukura kwatakaita isusu. Ndaiona kuti mapurisa akanga aine huremo zvakanyanya. Dai mutemo wamboitwa tighten up.
Ine ndiri kutofara izvizvi nokuti kumashure kwangu kuvanhu vari kutaura zvichemo zvavo, saka zviri kusvika direct kunzeve dzevakuru vacho, zvinova zvinoita kuti ivo kana vadzokera uko vazenge vachitarisisa zvatiri kuvataurira nhasi. Ndatongopfuura nepano paMachipisa ndokuona mapurisa akazara, ndikatongofungudza kuti pamwe paita crime. but ndinotenda kuti mapurisa vafunga kuti program nyowani muno muZimbabwe zvatatisati tamboona kuda new dispensation yetinayo tanga tisingazive kuti mapurisa vane rudo nesu vanotida.
I would like to encourage members of the public to continue coming to Machipisa to air their grievances, suggestions and strategies where we can work together to keep crime. It's not a one-day event. We will continue meeting and coming to meet members of the public and get their concerns.
Why not be a part of these interactions and play your part in the fight against crime? We take a short breather. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome back. We start by talking about road safety. Many accidents can be avoided if drivers could take time and voluntarily commit themselves to learning defensive driving skills. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe recently talked about these issues.
When it comes to using the road, it is never a matter of coincidence or experiment. The driver must be fully trained to be able to drive a motor vehicle. We have seen incidences of people who are not licensed to drive motor vehicles, some of them conductors, some are actually touts attempting or driving these motor vehicles. It is like giving someone a loaded gun and asking them to shoot randomly in public. It's a matter of life or death. We encourage our drivers to go further and do defensive driving because it humanizes driving. Driving generally is psychomotor activity, but we want the driver to have the cognitive as well as the affective to make sure that he or she becomes a complete driver. So defensive driving is one such driving that the driver is always out to look for danger. He's always out to prevent preventable accidents in spite of the incorrect actions of others or the presence of unfavorable driving conditions. The law says all drivers of passenger carrying vehicles and public service vehicles must have valid defensive driving as well as medical. But safety demands that everyone from the family, the church, as well as the community, the peers must have that particular training. Dollars are cheap, but human life is expensive. Some of the errors we find drivers doing are a result of poor or no training at all. Lack of experience and the training have costed us so much on the highway. We are saying this at the backdrop of the tragic loss of that Trip Trans driver whose bus was being driven by a conductor, or was it a tout, and he attempted to board that bus to control things. Unfortunately, he fell and met his death. We should not experiment on the highway. Experiments will cost us innocent lives as well as cause injuries and contribute to property damage.
We also caught up with some drivers who voluntarily attended these lessons in Harare.
I've really benefited from this course in that it revitalizes my knowledge of what I should do on the roads to stay safe, to drive, to stay alive. Because many accidents, I think, are attributed to the fact that people lose concentration or they drive without due care, which is required on the day-to-day driving activities. I would really recommend friends, relatives, and everyone out there to attend this course because it benefits a lot.
Ndakadzidza zvakawanda zvandanga ndisingazive zvandisina kumbobvira ndakadzidza kudriving school zvimwe zvacho saka kosi yandibatsira zvakanyanya kuenda kunoimprova madriving skills angu ndofungawo ndichave a very cautious driver zvakanyanya. A lot of women needs to be educated nekuti vawanda madzimai vari kudriva muroad but vasingauye kunoku kuzoita this course ndozvo pazvaita kuti maaccident awanda. So ndinofunga kuti traffic safety ngavarambe vachikurudzira zvakare madzimai akawanda kuti varambe vachiuya vachitora kosi iyoyo.
So you see, today you witnessed an episode in the training of drivers in respect of the defensive driving skills. That training, we are happy or pleased that ladies are taking it up. Everyone is supposed to do that particular training. You see them giving testimony of how good the kind of training is. We always urge everyone to say, if you think training is expensive, you try ignorance. That particular program is just an 8-episode or 8-session program, which is on average about 11 to 12 hours. You are supposed to be trained. Knowledge is power. They can give the testimony. Come all drivers must be trained in defensive driving.
Meanwhile, members of the public are assisting the police in the fight against crime through joining various policing initiatives. Recently, 52 members of the Zimbabwe Republic Police Neighborhood Watch Committee graduated in Macheke, Mashonaland East Province after undergoing basic training in police duties. The training was conducted by Mashonaland East Province Professional Updating Center, PUC. The officer commanding Marondera District, Chief Superintendent Ditmas Sakarombe, officiated at the event.
These men and women standing before us are a voluntary arm of the Zimbabwe Republic Police to augment those in the police mainstream by patrolling their neighborhoods. The splendor of this occasion demonstrates the symbiotic relationship between the police and the community to work together as equals, not only in the fight against crime, but in identifying and addressing contemporary problems such as social disorder and the general neighborhood decay. These men and women managed to make 75 arrests as from January 2019 up to date, and led to the recovery of property worth more than $9,617. They also managed to recover 5 beasts which had been reported stolen.
We spoke to one of the trainees of the course who pledged to serve with distinction.
Tiri pano ndiri kufara nebasa ratanga tichiita pano, zvidzidzo zvatanga tichiita, takadzidza zvidzidzo zvekunge paita accident tinokwanisa kuenda tichindo atenda ipapo panenge pabiwa, tinokwanisa kuenda tichindotera kunenge kwabiwa zvinhu zviya. Takadzidzawo zvekare zvedrill movement, kufora kunoita mapurisa. Tinofunga kuti isisi kana tichinge tabva pano tichakwanisa kundoshanda nepublic mune zvakanaka.
Meanwhile, the following people are on the police wanted list for various offences. Stanford Mutota, aged 46, of house number 6 Webster Road, Avondale West, Harare, is wanted by Kwekwe Central for a case of robbery. Trust Mazonde of Muchada Village, Chief Muusha Chipinge, is being sought by the police in connection with a case of fraud by Mutare Central Police. Rune Sikujinga, aged 39, of Mashingo Chicks Wine Farm Compound, Chief Musara Mashingo, is wanted by Mashingo Central for a case of theft, while Isaac Piri, aged 18, of Twinlands Farm, has a case of indecent assault and is wanted by Zetera P. Rimuka. As we conclude today's program, the ZRP would like to express its concern with cases of juveniles being raped after being left in the custody of male relatives. As we approach school holidays, let us be wary of whom our children interact with, especially when they visit relatives and friends. We have had cases where some juveniles as young as 10 years are raped by friends or relatives whom they will have visited, while others are being lured into houses for small gifts and thereafter get raped. In some instances, girls are being taken out for drinking sprees by male friends who end up raping them. It is incumbent upon us as parents and guardians to always monitor our children and to have a full account of whatever they are doing at any given time. Just remember to report to your nearest police station any criminal act that you know of, or one you suspect to have happened or to be happening. Alternatively, you can contact us on the details appearing on your screens. From the production crew and myself, Elliot Kudzai Kanyani, yes, do remember to be good and responsible citizens at all times. Until we meet again next time, enjoy the rest of your viewing.